Tihei mōri ora, te whare e tūnei, tēnā koe, te papaki wahau, tēnā koe, te rangi ahau, ke karekare toka kāinga, nāne, ko Geddes toka ungoa, ko te Tiaki, Tāmaki, Makaurau, project leader hau. Raurai e mihi nui, kia koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Sorry for my lateness this morning. I'm nursing some rather sore ribs and it's a bit slower to get in the morning, so apologies for that, and also stuck behind Waitaki weekend traffic. That's my excuse. I'm here to present to you Tiaki Tāmaki Makaurau, which is a new public website. A new public website built for the conservation community that will radiate to existing digital tools and resources in the effort to centralise these. It will daylight regional strategy. It will highlight regional ecological, cultural and geological values, and it will give the conservation community visibility of high-level ecological data and conservation activities spatially across the region. It also includes a conservation community directory, events calendar, and sophisticated online maps, and much more. It is hoped that the site will promote best practice conservation activity across the region, encouraging Aucklanders to get involved, while also building capability into those organisations and individuals already embedded in the conservation scene. It will also encourage collaboration and enable the alignment of activity with regional strategy to give the conservation community the best chance of protecting the natural tāma of Tāmaki Makaurau. The website is fully funded by the Natural Environment Targeted Rate and is informed by user testing and research. The site will be live on Wednesday the 5th of August, and the domain name is tiaki-tamaki-makaurau.nz or conservationauckland.nz. It is fully serviced by Auckland Council Environmental Services that will be maintaining the site. The site is not static by any means. The content will be constantly updated, and as well as the site functions that can be enhanced based on user feedback. So I would have liked to have shown you the actual website, but unfortunately the interactivity in here isn't great. This is what the homepage looks like. And basically there's 6 main sections to the site, which I'll go through in a second, but just to quickly overview them. We have understanding conservation. That's about defining our high-level key concepts in conservation. Anything from understanding the unique biogeographical setting in New Zealand, right through to understanding conservation from Te Ao Māori perspective, conservation and climate change, those sorts of things. And there's Protect and Restore Our Environment, which is a collection of how-to guides, which basically is designed for those that are either new to conservation or people that are new to a subject. We have Discover Tāmaki Makaurau. This is a section that allows you to explore those ecological, cultural and geological features across the landscape. And we have Get Involved, which is a section that has an events calendar and a community directory. The other 2 sections are a resource library, which is a collection of 20+ resources, which is being put together, and it's fairly comprehensive. And then we have the digital maps, which are an ESU-based web map. So on the homepage, you'll see that there's a search bar which can search any of the written content on the site. We have a tagline and obviously the site name in the top left-hand corner. This is the footer of the homepage. As I said, we have a resource library and conservation maps. As a footer, we have some recognition of our partners. This will expand. At the moment, we've just got key stakeholder conservation partners at the moment, but we plan to add much more there. So the protect and restore section, we have, as I said, there's a landing page, and basically what you'll see when you come to the landing page is the navigation changes up the top. You can then navigate via these buttons, and you can see this breadcrumb which allows you to see where you are on the site. The landing pages, every section has a landing page, so you can see exactly what's in that section. And this is what one of the how-to guides looks like. One of the key concepts and design principles behind the site is that it's a radiating website, meaning it points to resources rather than recreates them. We're very aware that every couple of weeks something new comes about. It's not about recreating those resources in this space, it's about pointing to them. That's a really essential design principle. Basically, you have a few steps which with a description of what's in those steps, and then it radiates out to those great resources which are already out there. And when you click on one of these, you effectively go to that site. You know where you're going, you know what you'll find there. And so basically, as I said, it's designed for people who are new to conservation or are new to a subject. Basically, from here, at the bottom of this page, which you can't see, there's a link out to the more detailed resources that relate to this section. Discover Tāmaki Makaurau. This is the section about understanding your rohi. And basically, we have descriptions of all the biodiversity focus areas. For those that don't know what those are, they are our Noah's Ark of ecosystems across Auckland that we need to preserve in order to maintain long-term viability of an ecosystem or a species. We also have, in this macro, you can search by location, or you can also search by these key buttons. Basically, we have ecosystems in here too. So you can click on one of these, and you'll get a page like this. Kauri Broadleaf Forest Ecosystem WF11, and it gives you a detailed understanding of that ecosystem. Similarly, we've got Ark in the Park here, and you can see really lovely, beautiful imagery and descriptions of what you find within that biodiversity focus area. In the Get Involved section, as I said, on the events calendar, this is populated by Our Auckland. You add your events to Our Auckland, and they find their way into here. We're looking at improving this functionality over time to actually include a visual calendar and actually be able to pull events from other platforms as well. Find a community group near you. So this piece isn't actually on the site at the moment because we need to get permission from the community groups of Auckland to have their information on here. But the basic premise is that information comes through from our council CRM, and basically all it is your areas, you can be tagged against these various areas of interest, and then we have three links that go out to website, Facebook and Instagram. They're the 3 points of contact at the moment. We're not planning on adding anything more detailed there at this stage. The resource library, as I said, we've got 20 plus connections, and it's fairly robust. Within each of these collections, you'll find that there's sometimes hundreds of resources which have been collated and described. Again, one of the central sort of principles behind this this design is that we want to lead people to the basic resources first, or the ones that are more understandable, the baseline resources, and then they can dive deeper into the more detailed information that's out there. And as a cartographer, I'm fairly biased, but maps, conservation maps in particular, this is something that the community's been asking for. For some time, and basically what it is a Esri-based web map with all our relevant public conservation layers in there. And again, we plan to add more information to this, but just as an indicator, we have things like significant ecological areas, biodiversity focus areas, your park boundaries, closed forest, your current ecosystem extent, which is your Singers and Rogers vegetation maps. And we plan, as I said, to add much more data to this as we go.
Very cool, Hugo, but we're going to have to keep moving it along. And if there's a particular slide you want to show us.
I've got two more slides.
Okay.
Yeah. We also have a contact us form. So